Alright, I'm going to show you how to make wearables here. So I've got my skeletons, so you could have this your player. Mostly your players, right, are going to be the ones equipping and unequipping things. So I went to its hand transform, what I think is the hand. And then what you could do is, so you attach a model onto the hand, and then we have to line it up. So right now this Cutlass Epic is kind of not facing the right way. So what we want to do is try to get it to face the right way. So I probably want this like that. That's good. And we gotta imagine him holding it. So put it right in there. Yeah, that'll be good there. So when you got something like that, now we save the offset. There you go. So what we do is we transfer these numbers over down there. And then we apply it to this particular prefab. We make sure, so this is the equipment that it's associated with. So this is my epic sword, right? So you assign that there. And then the other thing I would do, it's probably not necessary, I just like having everything at 0 though. And then, so these things could stay at 0 and not be rotated because the wearable on equip will use these values then. So this is basically its offset. So that's saved. And then I could go ahead and go to the next one on my character. And I can go ahead and get it lined up on the hand I want to. So that's fine. Maybe I'll go here and up from that view. That looks pretty good. All right, good enough. So with these values, we just copy it over. Yeah, that 90's there. It's going to be 0. And then we save it. And that's all that's to it. And then I do that, erase it. And let's do the shield, which actually is going to be on the other hand. So let's open up the left shoulder, prop left hand, and let's put my shield there. And then again, gotta line up the shield where I want it. And is this shield upside down? See, I'm not entirely sure. I think it's supposed to be something like that. So I'm trying to imagine when the person holds it. Sure, let's give that a go and see how that looks. So copy all that over. Right click to save it. So you could do it too, your own models. These are the ones that just come with the package. From OpenGameArt, great website. Check it out if you haven't already. But you just attach the wearable script to it. As you can see, that's it. All it has here is a mesh renderer with my shield. Yeah, from OpenGameArt. And it's really this thing in conjunction with the rest of the system that's setting it all up. So then we go here. Okay, and now we enter play mode, and look, we got our axe. No big deal. Walking around. There it is. So you can see then there's our axe prefab. Oh, a battle axe of fire. Sounds better than the one I got currently. Oh, just gives me fire resist. And then that's a little bit overview of the whole wearable system and how it relates to the equipment. So just to recap, I'm going to click on my player here. So my player can wear things, right? Could show visual representation of our equipment because of this script clothing. If we take a look at it, clothing, all it's doing is when something gets equipped, that's checking then if it has a wearable that we can attach to a particular transform, and then we parent it. So here, clothing is the included script. Eyewear clothing is the interface that you could attach if you like to make your own and extend it that way. But here, then I call these things clothing, which what it does basically is it checks all these slots. So I'm saying any right-handed equipment, if it has a wearable, we're going to parent it to this thing, prop R, that's my right hand there. And then that wearable script that we saw on the models, we'll go ahead and set it to those offset values so then it looks okay. Um, so I could really assign any number of things I got here as long as I got wearables for that slot. So if I had a right shoulder and if I had an associated right shoulder transform, then the same thing, I could do that. I don't, so I'm going to put that back to 2. So basically the equipment checks for this clothing. If it has it, it checks to see if there's somewhere that it can attach it. If it does, it goes ahead and attach it. And the wearables here themselves are just 3D models. Let's double click one so we could take a brief overview. It's just right, we have a game object with the wearable. We then have the 3D model. And for these is the damage dealer trigger. So all of these models, if you want to have a damage trigger, which you probably do on the weapons, right? This shows you example of it. Basically, this is a prefab. You could go to that prefab if you like, and then go ahead and drag it on to your. Here, look, I'll hit select. Here's my melee prefab. It's under prefabs here. Basically, this then is your damage area. It has a box collider and a rigid body. This is because that's detecting uh, hits, through Unity's physics system there. And then we got this telling us it's a melee weapon damage dealer. But that's for another video. So that's basically how you could create and how wearables work with the equipment system.